Hello, this is Tom. I'm going to be your sales coach. Uh, we're going to talk about ways to make sales. We're going to talk about training material, things like that. We're going to do it in several different small videos. But this is information we need to get out, and you need to be able to review it and go over it. First thing we're going to talk about is phone calls. Okay. Make bold calls. You know, don't let that phone scare you. What you want to do is also uh, leverage your LinkedIn account. And if you don't have a LinkedIn account, I suggest making you a LinkedIn account for business. Know what your customer, know about your customer, know what they're passionate about, know your client. And LinkedIn is a good way to do that. Facebook is the same way. Instagram. I would use all that because you want to sell yourself. You want people to know that you sell. When you're making your phone calls, make the calls short, plan them out in advance. Be sure and get their phone number and their email. Very important. So you're able to contact them. Well, if you're making your phone call, you've already got their phone number. But be sure and get their email, and they may want to give you their cell phone, especially if you're talking to an owner. Build the relationship. Number one, cannot stress that enough. It's all about relationships. I would not do phone calls on Monday or Fridays. That's just me. Other people go ahead, but I would rather my customer be able to do their job on 2 busy days. And one, they're thinking about the weekend, and one, they're coming off the weekend. Let them get their work done, and it also lets us get our work done. Because there's a lot of things as far as proposals, making contacts, finding out contact info, a lot of things that we can be doing on those days. Getting ready for the days that we need to make our phone calls, make our appointments. Next thing I would look at is don't annoy people. You know, that's the last thing you want to do. And that's another reason not for calling Monday or Friday, because you don't want to annoy them. You want to let them get their work done. I would suggest calling prime time being in between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock and 1 to 3:30. After that, they're probably looking forward to going home and really don't have you on their mind. Unless you have an appointment. Make phone appointments. Very important. Make those appointments. Don't take too much of their time. Unless they are engaging with you and asking questions, and answer every question they have. You know. Here's something that works for me, and I'm a believer. So what I do is based around the Bible anyway. I'm not saying that has to be you, but there's a lot of good advice there. One of them is to be right, just, and fair. That's the way you want to do business. That's the way the Bible teaches to do business. The world does not teach that, but the Bible does. Think about, what if you were in their shoes? What would be important to you? The Bible tells us, whatsoever we sow, we shall reap. And that is so true, because that's what you're doing. You're sowing those seeds, building those relationships. The Bible also tells us it'll come back to us. And that's so true too, because after you've built those relationships, they will come back to you. Think